everyone. Welcome to Coach Show. I am Elise Michelle. I am your host for today and all other days on the Coach Show. I'm so excited to have you guys here with me today. You know what I'm normally going to do? I'm going to check to make sure everything is running cool and copacetic. I'm going to do a couple of sharing. And as you guys are coming in, go ahead and put your name in the comment section so I can give you a shout out. Y'all know I love sharing the love. And if you guys know of anyone who's going to be interested in this topic today, go ahead and give some love, right? Give some love, do a watch party, do a share, tag a couple of people, whatever you need to know or want people to know that they need to definitely be on the Coach to Coach show today. We're going to be talking about the 3 simple ways to eliminate clients who will never pay you. Yeah, yep, we all have some experiences with that. So as you can, guys, if you're coming in, go ahead and put your name in the comment section so that I can give you a shout out. And I'm going to do a couple of shares before we get started, okay? I always have some difference. Oh, you guys can hear me. Look at that, all loud. Thank you for the love. Hey, Karen. I always draw a blank. How many of you draw a blank when y'all are doing this? Trying to do this and going live at the same time. Always like, where do I share this at, right? Let's see. Drop that in there. And Cheryl, if you're on right now, go ahead and share this inside of the group, our private group. I really appreciate it. Share it in both groups. I'm going to go there as well. Okay. Sorry for all of that delay there. I wish we can do this like beforehand, right? I'm not really seeing any of you guys comment. Hey, Jacqueline, how you doing? So I'm going to put my phone here. And we are going to get started in here. Again, I'm Elise Michelle, and today we're going to be talking about the 3 simple ways to eliminate clients who will never, ever pay you, right? All right, so I'm Elise Michelle. I'm your certified online marketing specialist. I'm a content creator for coaches and the founder of the Coachpreneur Club. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. And I help life and business coaches save time and money with done-for-you content and courses. And so as you can see, guys, I like to call myself a stay-at-home wife. That's me and my husband there. I'm also a speaker, and I am also a best-selling author as well. So I didn't put all that stuff on there because it's just extra stuff. You guys know that. And so today I just want to celebrate how excited I am about this month's Done For You package inside of the Coachpreneur Club. This month's package is about the money mindset makeover, right? This is all about helping people get comfortable with making money, manifesting ways to make money, and just understand what are their struggles with money so that they can make more money, right? And so if you decide to check out the Coachpreneur Club, you can get this packet today. It launched today. You can get it today. It's a great package. It really will help your clients start to understand why they're making mistakes with money and how to overcome those. This packet alone was a very popular packet when I was selling it as a course as well. I went back and looked at my stats. I had over like 3,000 downloads of my money mindset makeover package that I put together sometime last year. So if you're interested, I think this is a great opportunity. You're missing out if you are not inside of the Coachpreneur Club. This is like I call it the good old boy system, because this is a secret that most coaches are not sharing with you, that they're using content that has already been produced for them, and they're using it on different platforms, almost like the ghostwriter kind of thing, right? So you can join today by going to elisemichelle.com/club. And when you join, it's only $1 for the first 7 days. And then after that, it's only $37 a month. And you can cancel at any time. I made the process really smooth. But I can tell you this, and all the other people who are part of the Coachpreneur Club, they can tell you that you do not and ever want to cancel, because it is always juicy content coming out every single month. And I've got super duper bonuses as well that comes out every single month for all my Coachpreneur people inside the club, and they get special trainings as well. But go and check that out. Go to elisemichelle.com/club. You can join today for only $1 for the first 7 days. And then after that is $37 a month, and you can cancel at any time. So, are you a coachpreneur? If you're a coachpreneur, I want you to keep watching if any of this applies to you. You are emerging and need clear direction on how to create a solid income foundation. If you're in that category at that stage of your business, then you definitely want to stay. If you are expanding inside of your coaching business and you need guidance on the growth strategies and systems to put in place, then you definitely want to stay and continue to watch, because you're in that expanding category. And maybe you are in the influencing stage. You're ready to accelerate your growth and impact, but you don't know how or have the time to do it. So you need to know some systems, some secrets, some strategies, how to put the team together, all of those things. If you're in that stage, then you want to definitely stay and watch. So here's the Coachpreneur Success Path that I take all of my clients through, all my Coachpreneur members through. And the first stage is purpose. Understanding what your purpose is, why you're doing what you're doing, and who your ideal client is. Once you've identified that, we go on to stage 2, which is a problem. Becoming a problem solver, identifying the problems that your clients are having and what solutions you have to solve those problems. The third path to the success path is packaging. Packaging all of this up, packaging it up into coaching programs, packaging it up into digital products. I like to call it the empire and your digital empire, right? Or packaging it up into books and things like that, or into a membership. Once you've gotten to stage 3 or success path of stage 3, we move on to positioning you so that you are successful, that you become the go-to person. You become the person with the most impact, that you're showing up and showing out. So that is stage 4. Then we move on to promote. Promoting gets you comfortable with selling your offer so that you're making sales on a daily basis. And then the last path to it is getting paid, collecting coins, sleep coin, all of those things, so that you will build a 6-figure business, coaching business. So one day that you can, if you're working a full-time job, that you can leave that full-time job and become a full-time entrepreneur, like myself and a lot of my clients are going through right now. Hey, Miss Faison, how you doing? Thank you, Cheryl, for doing that, sharing for me. All right. So in any business, you're spending a certain amount of time on clients who will never pay you. How many of us have been in a situation that you have clients that just are not paying you? They won't pay you. And some of the reason why, there's examples of a lot of people who are going through the same situation, right? You've got web designers who quote jobs that never come to fruition, right? They quote these jobs, they send out proposals, all of these same things, and no one really hires them. So basically, they put in the work, or they give examples or samples, and they don't hire you, right? Doing the work, and no one hires you, right? You got car dealers who spend hours chatting with customers who will never buy, right? I remember my husband would come home, he sold some cars for a little while, and he was like, I spent all day showing different cars, trying to, work a deal with these people, and they didn't buy anything. They end up going somewhere else to buy a car, and he spent all day with them. So car salesmen, they deal with the same issues. And you've got coaches who spend time giving out free advice to clients who cannot or will not hire you. And some of them will actually DM you asking for advice with no intentions of ever hiring you. So I want to make sure we put in things in a place so that this doesn't happen, right? Truthfully, it can be frustrating, and it's definitely a drain on your time and energy. How many of you have experienced this? Let me know. Put a 1 in the comment section. Let me know if you put in some work. You've given free advice. You even maybe got on a coaching call with someone and they just did not, they either said, "Oh, I don't have the money," or get this. I used to get this a lot. I used to get this a lot, right? And that's why I'm sharing these strategies with you. I used to get people who would always reach out to me and say, do you have like 5 minutes, right? Can we talk? And I would literally stop what I was doing and I would get on the phone and talk to them. But they had no intentions of hiring me. I was, like, okay, I'm a person who likes to give out information. I'm always going to share information with you. But eventually, it really became a waste of my time. It was breaking up the middle of my day. And I like to be like, I'm a person like when I'm in the mood or in a working groove, I like to stay in that working groove. But if someone is struggling with something, I would drop everything and help them. But I had to put these strategies in place that I'm going to share with you to make sure that the people that I'm going to talk to or give my free time to were actually going to hire me, right? So Ms. Faison says she's had some issues with that as well. So I am so glad I can help you with that. And let's put some of these simple 3 strategies in place so that we don't have this issue, right? All right. So the 3 simple ways to eliminate clients who will never, ever pay you. So let me know who's ready. Go ahead and put a 1 in the comment section or an emoji in the comments to let me know that you are ready for me to share my 3 simple strategies with you. All right. I'm going to take a little drink, right? So my voice won't get so dry. Put a 1 or emoji in them and so that we can get started. Yay! Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. All right. So number one simple strategy is to post your prices. Now, this has been the biggest controversy in the coaching industry that I've ever ever experienced, and it's still going on. And it's all about, do you post your prices or not post your prices, right? Do you keep them hidden? Do you let people know? I mean, it's been going back and forth. And I think my mentor, last week, he did a live on this, JR, talking about the same exact thing. And one of the solutions that I realized is that you definitely want to post your prices, right? And there's a system to this, right? The biggest advantage to posting your prices is that it immediately eliminates those who cannot afford you. Immediately. So, an example that I'm showing right now are 2 different coaching packages, right? This comes from Woman C Woman CEO project, right? I could have took a snapshot from my page, but her pricing graphics look really good, look a lot better than mine. So I just took a screenshot of this, but this comes from womenceoproject.com, and she really had 3 different coaching packages. But as you see, you know what the price is, right? If you want to hire Christy for 4 sessions, one-on-one private coaching package, it is $6,000. If you want to do a power session with her, it's $1,400. Immediately, this is not a coaching. She is not looking to work with clients who cannot afford this. She's not looking for the clients who wants that $25 an hour kind of thing, or that person who is looking for a $495, 6-month kind of coaching program. She lets you know right up front what her pricing is. And so this eliminates certain tire kickers or really cheap people who don't want to pay you. This lets people know right up front what your packaging is and if they can afford you. So you don't get those people who are calling for free strategy sessions knowing that they can't afford these price points. If you're not comfortable with actually putting a price like this, like 6,000 or $1,400, you can do coaching pack. You can say, I have coaching packages start at or whatever the dollar amount is, right? So that you don't pigeonhole yourself, but you do let people know that your time costs. And that if you want a private session with you or a group session, this is where the starting price is. So you already have in your mind the client already has in the mind what to expect. This also sets it up that your clients will start to save money. Like they know they might do a free strategy session with you and say, this was absolutely wonderful, but I know that I need to sign up, right? I need to save up money to actually hire you. That's a good thing, literally, because I had to save up money to hire my coach. But I knew what the price point was and I knew what it cost me going into it. So it wasn't a bad thing. And don't look at pricing and putting your pricing as a bad thing. Look at it as that this is a great way to immediately eliminate those who cannot afford you. Everyone might not be able to afford you, right? There are products out there that we can't afford. The retailers ain't making it cheap for us, right? They just say, hey, my product is not for you. My product is for people who can afford me. So don't be ashamed of your prices are more expensive, or if your prices are, not for everybody. It's fine. There's a lot of things that are not out, that's not for everybody, right? So let's embrace that and move on. Okay. So let's go on to simple. Do you guys have any questions before I move on? Let me know. How many of you do have prices on your website? Let me know. Put them in the comments. How many of you actually have the prices of your services or your packages on your website? Now, your digital products are different. So you have like digital courses and all that kind of stuff. That's totally different. But let me know how many of you in the comment section actually have your prices on your website. I know I do. Jacqueline says she does. I do. Right? And I think I really want to go back and change it and say coaching packages start at a certain price point, so that sometimes I'm gonna be 100 with you. Let me share my screen with you guys. Let y'all know this. I'm gonna be 100 with you. Sometimes I just forget to go back and change my prices. But if I put in like a caveat saying that coaching packages start at this price, then I can either go down or go up, just depending on what the person needs. Everyone might not need a full 6 months with me or 4 months, or maybe they need more than 1 hour with me. They might need 2 hours. So that gives me the flexibility to say what the pricing is. So I think I'm gonna do that. Like my coaching packages start at this, but Miss Faison says she does not have her package, her pricing on there. So Miss Faison, I'll be really curious. Why do you not have your pricing on your website? Put that in the comments to let us know. Then I am going to go on to the next one. Simple solution number 2 is to have intake forms. Intake forms are a application for people to fill out. This was a game changer for me. Oh my gosh. Having an application form for people to fill out before they schedule a strategy session with me was phenomenal and game changer for me. And let me tell you why. Okay. So when I first started in my coaching business, I would just send people to my calendar and they would schedule their time. Now, the notes to me, that was not going to work because I have other things on my schedule that I just didn't put in my calendar. And people would schedule times on my calendar that I either had a doctor appointment or a hair appointment or a nail appointment. And if you guys know me, I ain't missing none of those appointments, right? And so I had to spend a lot of time rescheduling people, which is not professional at all. So what I did, and on top of that, I wouldn't know exactly what we would be talking about. And the application form actually helped me know exactly if I was able to help someone before we even got on the phone. The application form also was a great way for me to start gathering problems that people were having, and that now having products that will offer that solution to them. So the intake form was like game changer for me. Okay. So let me show you, and I'll tell you like what I use to create my application form. So a client intake form should tell you everything you need to know about the potential client long before you pick up the phone with them. So my application form, I use a form called Woofu to create my application form. I think there are Jot form is another one, but Woofu is WUFOO.com. And it's free for the first three applications that you fill out or forms that you fill out. And the one thing that I love about Woofu, and I'm pretty sure Jot Form does this as well, and I think Google Forms has one as well, is that anytime that someone fills out the application, right, I get a notification and they automatically go into my email list as well. So I'm able to connect all of those things together. But again, what I love about the application is that I get to see all the things that people actually are struggling with, right? So if you don't have an application form, you are free to take my application form. Just go to my website, go to elisemichelle.com/ work with me. Right. I think there's some dashes in there. But if you go to elisemichelle.com, you'll see the tab at the top that says work with me. Then click on that, click on the apply for a strategy session, and just look at the questions that I ask people. Those questions are questions that my coach helped me put together. Then I should just assess what people are struggling with. Like, what are your dreams and desires, right? What are the things that, if you had the money, what would this problem solve for you, and what type of business you have? Because when I first started doing my coaching business, I was like working with anybody, right? I was working with people who were in the fashion industry and real estate, who were like in financial services. So I just worked with people who had small business, women entrepreneurs who had small business. But then as time grew, that changed. And a lot of people didn't know that I was making that transition to only helping coaches. So when people filled out the application, when they said something about fashion or about real estate, I immediately know, like, okay, I can help them, but that's not the direction I'm going to. So what I would do is that I would email them back with referrals from other clients I've either worked with who work with them. So like Kim Roundtree will be the person if someone was in real estate or an investment, or they worked in a different field, that I would refer clients to. So I never really had to get on the phone with them when I knew that we were not, like, I couldn't help them at that moment. So the application really cut back on my time. The application was a great resource for me, right, to start to look at the problems that people were having, and it was a data collector as well. It was a way to build up my email list as well. So it was absolutely a game changer in my business. And then what happens after that, when people fill out the application, I then reply back to them personally. You can have this on an automation that when they apply, that automatically gets sent to your calendar. But I wanted to keep it a little bit more personable, and so when someone fills out the application, I read over it, and then within 24 hours, I think 24 to 48 hours, I reply back to them telling them, yes, awesome, I can help you out. And I give them the link to my calendar then, right? I do not allow people to automatically go to my calendar because, again, sometimes I forget to schedule things into my calendar, and I don't want anyone overlapping. I don't want to have to reschedule anyone, right? Because again, if I set an appointment for me, my personal stuff, hair, nails, doctor's appointment, whatever, I'm not rescheduling those. I'm just being 100 with you. So that eliminates that, and it keeps me being very professional. So Miss Faison says, I was always advised not to display your pricing. However, I'm inclined to post my pricing, which will weed out individuals who cannot afford me. Yes, yes, it will. Yes, it will. And I was too. When I first started, Miss Faison, they told me, now again, there's been such a big debate about this, about pricing. I think not having your price will also knock out someone who might want to work with you. Like, people want to know like what the price is, that either I can do it, like I can afford this, or not, I cannot afford it. And then maybe I need to save up for it. So I take it like this. If you go into a retail spot and none of the products have pricing on it, or you can't get in contact with someone to tell you what the pricing is, then you walk out the store. You literally walk out the store because you want to have an idea what this price point is, so that you know that you don't get to the counter and you don't have the money, or your credit card might be denied. That's the way I see it, right? But I do like the idea of having a starting point. So even if the retail store might not show you the price, but somewhere around the store it says all prices start at, you know, $500, then I have an idea that probably the wallet is $500, right? And then if I want a luggage piece, I can pretty sure that it's probably triple or quadruple the amount of $500, right? So I just think that's just letting people be aware and be clear of your expectations as well, without always having to talk to you, get on the phone with you. All right, cool deal. So that is simple strategy number 2. Let's go into simple strategy number 3. Oh, let me get there. Is to change your language. This is huge. One of the things for myself is, and this has something to do with it, but it doesn't. But I used to use these 2 words, just and only, just and only, right? Because you'll say this is only it's only $37. I would say that if the price point is low. But if I tell someone, oh, this only took me an hour to do. That discredits what I've done, right? Although it might took me only an hour to do, but it took me years of education and learning things to be able to do this within an hour. So I should not devalue my work by saying only took me an hour. Another word I would use is just. If I didn't use only, then would use, oh, this is just something that I do, right? Again, devaluing what I offer. Although it might have only took me 5 minutes to do, it might have only took me 30 minutes to do, or whatever it might be. It took me years and hours of practice to get it to the point that I was able to do it at that speed or that time point, right? So changing your language is really important. So let's talk a little bit more about changing your language. And I'm going to give you a resource as well to help you with that. All right, so here's an example, like step-by-step plan. If you are charging, maybe your price point is a little higher. Using the statement step by step makes it simple, makes it a little bit lower price point. Instead, using the word advanced technique puts it at a more luxury level, at an advanced level, at a higher end level. Another word that we like to use, and I use this a lot because my systems are easy and my price point is a little lower, right? But instead of easy systems, instead use high-end techniques. So just changing your words and the language that you use is going to immediately let people know that you are at a certain price point. You expect your expectations of what people would pay for is at a certain level. So this resource is a book that I've got. I got 2 of them, right? I got the older version. I have this version called Words That Sell. Inside of this book is going to help you with words that people are used to seeing that will easily convert them on a very subconsciously level, right? So my words that sell. Let me get up and show you guys what that looks like. Okay. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. So this is my words that sell book. It is awesome, like really awesome. You can get it from Amazon. You see that I've dog-eared a lot of pages already, right? This is a great book, and it has a list of words as well as phrases that you can use to help with, like maybe your service is easy, right? Instead of using the word easy, they've got over, like, I don't know if you guys can see that. Look at that. They've got way over 100 different words and different statements that you can say instead of using the word easy. This is like, to me, this book is my dictionary. Okay, just like you might have a dictionary near you, this is my dictionary to help me come up with better wording to change my language so that it sounds more expensive, it sounds more luxury, it sounds like they're getting a lot more value. I know that they're getting value, but when you're writing things, you want them um, to sell themselves without being salesy. Does that make sense? So this is a great little resource to get words that sell. You can get it from Amazon. You can get the used version. I mean, it doesn't have to be brand new. I think the used version is like under $5. But this is a great little resource to get. Okay, words that sell. So those are my 3 simple strategies. Let me know if you guys have questions. This was not going to be a long session today. And the reason why I didn't want it to be long, because it didn't need to be long. It didn't need to be detailed. It just needs for you guys to understand that there are 3 systems that you can put in place to get your website together, to get, so people will stop wasting your time, basically. So as a quick recap, right? Number one was the price, to post your prices. Let people know how much your stuff costs, right? Even if you had digital, if you have a digital store, you wouldn't leave the price out from there, would you? No, you wouldn't. You would put the price like, hey, this is $19. And when you pay $19, you're able to download it. So putting your prices on your site, on your coaching services will definitely eliminate people who are tire kickers or people who just are window shoppers. You eliminate that. And if you're not comfortable with giving an exact price, give a price range saying that coaching starts at whatever dollar amount. Okay. The second thing that I absolutely love and was a game changer for me was intake forms. Using applications, making people apply to have free strategy sessions with you. Do not, I repeat, do not send people straight to your calendar. Do not do that. No, you're going to hate yourself later on for that. But use an application form. Again, I use Wufoo, which is WUFOO.com. You can use Jot form. That's another one. There's another one called Typeform, and you can use Google, I think Google Forms as well. Okay. So intake forms, add that. Number three is to change your language. Use language that conveys that you have a high-end coaching program. Use language that lets people that you have a medium price coaching program. But words that sell, again, this book is a must purchase. Much. Just like you got a dictionary, you want to have this right by your desk. You saw that I was easy to go. I can go to it. I was able to grab it really quickly. It's because I use it a lot. I use it a whole lot. So changing your language is really important. So let me know if you guys have any questions on what we covered tonight or tonight. Look at me. It's only 1 o'clock. It ain't evening time. It's not. But by making these simple edits to your website, marketing materials, and other business systems, you'll be able to see more high-end clients and fewer of those who no longer wish to work with you, right? Changing these things, these simple things, using these three simple things that I shared with you today. Let me go back to them. Using these three things that we talked about today is going to really help you eliminate people who just don't want to buy from you. Now, this might have put your price in there, having people actually fill out a form. Let me tell you something else about filling out the form. Some people get lazy and they don't fill out the whole form. Now, let me tell you what I do with those people. They definitely don't get a free strategy session with me. If you don't even take the time to fill out the form, there's only about 4 or 5 questions on the form. But when people don't take the time to fill it out, that means like, okay, then I'm not going to give you 30 minutes of my time for a coaching session. So when people don't fill out the form, I send them a really nice email and say, hey, there are a couple of things that you left out. Go back and fill out the whole entire form, and then we can schedule a session. I send them the link again to the form. If I still get a half filled out form, then I email them again very politely and say, hi, I don't have enough information to have a strategy session with you. Just let me know when you have more time to fill out the application, then we can schedule a strategy session. Okay. Now, I learned this the hard way because sometimes I just thought that, well, maybe the questions were hard. And so I would just have the strategy sessions with people anyway. One, I didn't want to miss out on money. I thought I was missing out on something if I didn't take the call. Two, I put the excuse on myself saying that maybe my questions were hard, which they were not. And then I would get on the phone with these people and they would be a total waste of my time. Some of them were just a little, no, I'm not even going to say that, but it was a waste of my time. So if you don't fill out my form all the way, then you do not get my time on the phone. Okay. Another thing, and this is a side note, is that if I'm doing a free strategy session, I tend to do those always on the phone. Okay. unless I'm running like a special launch, I might get them on video camera, right? Doing a video conference with them. Uh, Either or, the phone, talking to someone in person really is a benefit. But when you can get them on video conference, that really will solidify that people really are, it gives the person like more value, and it's easier to enroll them into a higher price coaching program. I don't have a really high coaching program. I have I think a $3,300 coaching package out there, which I don't really consider that really expensive because you work with me 6 months with that price point, and I like do everything in your business for that price point. So I really consider that to be very inexpensive. But even if someone was about to enroll in that, I would definitely do a video conference call with them, especially if we have no interactions. They've not really been on my lives before. Even if you've probably been on my live before, I still would do that as your free strategy session. But you would let me know ahead of time if that was the package that you were interested in. Okay. So again, your time is really important, and don't be afraid to stress that. I mean, really stress that. I mean, just like if you was a manager at a retail store, you are not always going to talk to the manager, right? You got to go through the sales associate. Maybe you got to go to the, key holder before you even get to the big man or the person who even owns the company. You can't go straight to owning the company. All right, you got to go through a couple of people, and that's the process that you want people to go through as well when they're dealing with you, so that they know that you are serious in your business. You run a business. You don't run something out of the trunk of your car. So setting it up that way makes it really easy. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Faze, and I'm glad these tips helped you. So again, these simple edits to your website of marketing materials and other business systems will begin to show people that you deal with more high-end clients, and that few people who are just tire kickers or window shoppers will not be reaching out to you, right? Not wasting your time. So again, I just want to do a quick reminder. This is this month's Done For You package inside the Coachpreneur Club. It is the Money Mindset Makeover. You can get immediate access to this package today by going to elisemichelle.com/club, and you only pay $1 for the first 7 days. And then after that, it is $37 a month. Right? I love to see you guys in the Coachpreneur Club. It is a game changer for your business. If you are struggling with coming up with consistent content on every day, if you're trying to build your digital library, your digital club, whatever that is, or you have a membership and you need content, or you have a group coaching program and you need content every single month, quality content, then you definitely want to check it out. It's only $1. That costs less than a soda, right? That you get to check this out. And here's the caveat: you get to download this package today just for $1. If you stay in it for the for the next 7 days, you get additional bonuses. You get the business meeting with me. You get, we're going to run a 5-day challenge on charging your word. We got a different training in our business meeting called the 5 steps to uh, coming up with your pricing. So again, guys, if you're not a coachpreneur, you want to check it out, go to elisemichelle.com/club. And so, since there are no additional questions about how to eliminate, clients that don't pay or about pricing, I'm going to end today's Coach to Coach show on a really good, great note, right? And I hope that the 3 simple ways to eliminate clients who would never pay you, the strategies that I shared with you today, I hope they were very helpful. Next week on the Coach to Coach show, we will have a coachpreneur spotlight with Sean Ellis. Sean has been a coachpreneur for a while with me, and she's been able to do some phenomenal things with the content inside the Coachpreneur Club. And she's a life coach. So it gives you a different perspective on how she's using this inside of her coaching program. So I'm looking forward to having Sean on next week. I am looking forward to you guys joining me next week. And again, if you have any questions about coaching, about building your coaching business, about the techniques and the tools and the systems that I use, just you feel free to DM me on Facebook, send me a message. I'll be glad to reach out to you. Okay. Hey, Amika. All right, guys. So you guys have an awesome and blessed day. I'll be talking to you later. Peace out.